Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today, I'm talking again about Marvel, and I want to go a little bit more in depth as to why I'm not excited for as much as I should be for phases 5 and 6. So, we know my thoughts on the series with phase 4, and that I'm not a massive lover of phase 4. And although, yes, phase 5 and 6 do look good phases, why am I not excited? Well, for starters, there's too much. The actual content amount is a good amount. The issue I have with it is the fact that there's too much going on in a very short amount of time. That is a good size phase for me. I think is a good amount. The issue comes with the fact that it's going to be a very quick session between film series. There's going to be multiple throughout the year, which, if you like that, fair enough. But for me, I'm not a massive lover because we've had people quit from the actual voice, like the not voice, the actual CGI people, the visual effects. We have people quit and stop working with Marvel purely because they aren't treating them enough, because they're giving them impossible deadlines, stuff like that. I'm not going to go into detail. I'm not one of these people that know too much about that, so I can't really talk too much in depth on that. But the issue is still there. So, what is the issue though? Well, sometimes the CGI is good, other times it's bad. And they need to find that balance between the shows giving good CGI, but also little CGI, whereas the films being immense, powerful CGI look, stuff like that, and not rush the artists. Because what was that? I don't know what that was, but something just made a bang outside. Anyway, yeah, so there's just a massive problem there with the CGI and all the artists not having enough time to do it properly. So what would I do? Well, if it was me, I would stop releasing as much. I feel like releasing maybe 2-3 films a year, 1-2 shows. That's it. I think that having the amount that they have is too much. There's too much of an impossible deadline. They're pumping too much, so they're not as good quality as terms of like the actual films, the writing itself. Especially when they've got recurring characters such as Doctor Strange. He's been in quite a few of the films. It's just not great. So, what would solve it? Well, stop making impossible deadlines for one. That would solve a massive part of the problem. And I feel like that is, going to help a lot. But that's just my opinions. So why am I not excited? Well, there's too much of it. They're too fast. The CGI is not going to be great. The writing's not going to be great. There's still no direction really. They're ending phase 4 with Black Panther. There's no finale. It's just they're ending it with another story. But there's a lot of films that need that clarity. They need to build together. We've got to wait till phase 5 for that, which is not what we want. We don't want just films. We're in part of the MCU for a reason. We want to see the cinematic universe, not just a film. I think that's what a lot of people's issues been, is the fact that there's been very little connectivity in the whole phase. So what could solve it? Well, it's too late now. But they should have linked them together a bit better. I liked the fact that Doctor Strange and Wong appeared in a lot of them. Kind of brought Shang-Chi with the MCU a lot better. It connected the Spider-Man universe, because obviously Robert Downey Jr., he's not Iron Man anymore, so they can't connect to Spider-Man because of Iron Man. They had to find a different way. But, there's been a lot of issues where they haven't led on, or if they have led on, they've led on the wrong way, such as Doctor Strange and WandaVision. They should not have led a film off the back of a show. That's exactly what I said I didn't want, and it's exactly what they did. It's just not a personal opinion. I didn't like the idea that they did that, and to be honest, Multiverse of Madness probably a very weak film. Most of Phase 4 has been very weak films. The only one I could say is actually a great film is Shang-Chi. I loved that. I think unanimously, I think a lot of people are also really liking Shang-Chi and not liking too much the others. I haven't seen Thor yet. That's the only one I haven't seen because it's still in the cinema and I have no one to go with. And I'm sad and lonely and don't want to go myself and look sad and lonely. So that's the reason why I haven't seen that. But there's 2 films left of this phase which I haven't seen, and I've liked one film. There's been Black Widow. Well, I mean, I kind of liked them. Don't get me wrong, but there's not. If I had to pick a Marvel film, I would choose Shang-Chi. I wouldn't choose Black Widow. I wouldn't choose the Eternals. They were good. They weren't great. The Eternals was fun, but it was too quick and there was too much going on. Black Widow was pretty dull, to be honest. It was like the Dark World of films. Thor Dark World. But yeah, there's been little connectivity. Too fast. Too much. There's not enough for someone to process what's actually going on. So, what is my hopes with the future? Well, give more deadlines. It's not too late to change the timings. I know they've announced a lot of the times for Phase 5 and quite a few of them for Phase 6, but they can be changed. And I think people won't mind them being changed as long as it's for a good reason and it gives the artists for all the CGI, for all the visual effects, and the writers more time to actually make a better show, a better film. I feel like a show, if they want to stick as they are, not do the idea I said in a past video, fair enough. But it has to be good and it has to work. And it can't just be a thrown together thing. And I feel like that's what a lot of it's done. They need to connect. They need to have the good CGI. They need to have light CGI so the artists actually enjoy working on it, because then overall it will look better. A better CGI'd film, a better written film will go so far. The storyline could be the same, but if it's written better, if it looks better, the film is ultimately better. And that is what Marvel's missing. And what do they need to do? Stop pumping out too much. Stop releasing the films every other month or a show every other month, because it does not work. People, yes, they will watch it, but I feel like now people are mainly watching it to stay updated. So what else do they need? I've seen this going around a lot, and I never thought of doing it, and it's a great idea. I will not claim credit to this idea. I've seen it a lot. I'm not going to credit anyone who's done it because I don't know who originally thought of the idea. I don't want to credit someone for stealing. You get the point. Previously on, it would work, and here's why. Star Wars did it with Obi-Wan Kenobi at the start. They did a 5-minute thing. They can do that on Marvel, and they don't need to go through every film. It can literally only show you the main bits of the film that you're watching. So if you want to watch Doctor Strange, The Multiverse of Madness, it goes through the likes of Spider-Man, Endgame, a bit of WandaVision. The main plot points of it, show it, so that then when it comes to it, you have all of the data. All right, you have all the known thing. I'll just turn the light on behind me, so I'm a little bit more clearer. I don't know if it's going to work. Trying a bit new, but yeah. So I feel like having a previously on for only the certain sections, not go through every film, just the certain sections you need to know. So I know it will get a little bit of an issue when it comes to stuff like the Spider-Man films, but because obviously owned by Sony, stuff like that. But they can even just have a voiceover of what happened, or I don't know how they go about it, but they need a previously on, let's face it. There's too many projects for them not to have it. Like, for a new person to join, it's very difficult to understand, especially on stuff like the Avengers films. Watching 29, coming up to 30 shows, there's too much things to catch up on. There's like 100 hours of content you'd need to watch just to understand the film, because you might need that. I think that having something like a previously on would help new viewers, it would help old viewers, and it would be a lot of fun to just rewatch those memories. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. If you have enjoyed, please do drop a like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, and goodbye.